All right, I'm going to bring us in. You ready?
No.
Okay. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Yep.
Clink.
Clank.
Oh,
Good
wow.
young big ming.
Yeah, we tried.
Bing bing. Yeah.
All right, let's drink.
Expo 2023, and we're live.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Dirt Drive Podcast. We are out here with the F-Bomb Overlanders. Woo-hoo! Brian and Brandon. We already have enough T's, so we add some B's.
Yeah, we had some B's.
And Tom is also here.
What's up?
You gotta move your mic a little bit.
That's why I like headphones too.
All right, I'll get you headphones.
Whispering.
Brian and Brandon, introduce yourself and tell us about the F-Bomb Overlanders.
Oh yeah, Brian here, and we're just out here enjoying a good time at the Overland Expo, and we just got together a few years back, just wanting to enjoy nature and hang out with some good people, and we've been pretty lucky finding some good people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found one another. I mean, you guys are hanging out for the weekend for the first time, and
Yeah, you guys are blessed.
I think you're having a good time. You know, if not, you're faking it really well.
Yeah, we're secretly assholes.
They're hiding the dicks under these green fuzzy things. Real good.
That's the recurring joke for some goddamn reason.
It's anything phallic.
The fuzzy
near
green
your
dicks.
face.
What's that?
But yeah,
Sun's not even down yet.
yeah, we found you guys, or you guys found us. I mean, Brian, you reached out a long time, not a long time ago, but long enough ago that I forgot who reached out. I'm like, it's one of the B's, and I can't remember who.
Yeah, it's just one of them things where y'all were like, oh, we're out here doing this and that. And I was like, there's the people that I like to hang out with.
Yeah, it's right in the backyard.
Yeah, because you're always doing something. So, like, we're always doing something. And it's good to just, you got a support system when you're out in these places that are a little bit remote.
Well, and you guys are like what we tried to start but never actually got off the ground. Is you're a non-dues paying club, non-club, which is the coolest fucking thing.
Yeah.
Well, there had been conversation about, hey, do you want to possibly take this to another level? And we're like, no, we're doing it for fun. Because with the experience I've gained, and I mean, he's got the playbook of the plethora of what we do. But, one of the things that I had mentioned, there's so many trail services and guided. You just have conversation about it. But then at the end of the day, it's like, no, that's another job. We do this to get back and relax and hang out and kick back. Yep. So it's turned out well.
Yeah, and old Chef Bomb Brandon, he's the best cook from the West, like
that's a challenge.
The West.
He's the dude. He's got the recipes.
Yeah, you got a whole goddamn gazelle cook tent.
Yeah, he's got it all. And like we were at like 4,000 feet and he's making pizzas and shit in his pizza oven in the wilderness.
That's
and I was just like, how do you beat that?
Future Trevor.
Duck,
I guess. I don't know.
I might have an apprenticeship if we mesh this stuff together.
Oh, yeah. Well, so you brought it back up after we haven't talked about it in
months.
A year probably.
Because I think the first time we brought it up was the show and shine we did at Ion.
Yeah.
And that was about a year ago.
Yeah. But the 4x Foodies event.
Yeah.
And you're like, we should actually do that. And I'm like, God damn, someone actually challenged us to follow through on something that we said. And you called us out for not shitbox overlanding to SEMA too.
We're poor.
We're poor.
Nobody buys our t-shirts.
Well, you've sold what, 2, you said?
Yeah.
So buy more, goddammit.
That's not enough to buy an XJ.
Man,
XJ
Brian,
prices are through the roof.
you've sold more shirts this weekend, and it's just F-Bomb.
Yeah, well, I'm just surrounded by good friends is all,
So where did
we keep giving our shit away. That's really a problem. Where did have swag?
Where did the name F-Bomb come from? Because hanging out with you guys for 24 hours now, I don't think I've heard either one of you cuss. Maybe I'm not listening hard enough.
Yeah, well, you're just probably used to it.
Probably, yeah, it's probably fair.
This is a family-friendly environment, so we when
we
the
only
kids
watch
are asleep,
porn on Sundays.
the fun comes
Wait,
out.
that's the wrong day to watch porn.
Who are you telling?
There's no such thing as a wrong day for that.
Yeah.
All right, good answer, Steve. Good answer.
But anyhow, we got together at a camp and coffee event. We won't say the group just because it's common amongst a lot of people, but just snow was about to happen the next day, and it was a good amount. And
I've never heard snow referred to as about to happen.
yeah, and
it was coming.
we're talking about like
it's coming.
You know, it wasn't like oh my god snow. It was just like 6 to 8 inches maybe, and I mean that really shuts down Virginia's highways. It's
Yeah.
not a problem for West Virginia, but it really does cause a problem around here.
Especially where you guys are at.
Yeah, and so we were actually just in the North River district of the George Washington National Forest, which y'all are familiar with that flagpole area, all that stuff. And
Yeah, Virginia's best off-roading.
that particular group,
Technical.
Wink, wink.
yeah, that particular group, he was like, "Oh, do you know a place where we could get a lot of campers and blah blah blah?" And so I really went above and beyond and spent a lot of time. I got there early on Thursday just so the campsite would be retained, and luckily there was plenty of firewood to process and all that stuff, and we had a good time. And then everybody was like, okay, we're going home because snow tomorrow. And I was like, well, usually you want to test your equipment and your ability, and it's also beautiful. It looks different than just a green lush forest, you know.
Make
So
an easy road a little bit more technical.
and so a handful of us stayed. Unfortunately, Brandon had to leave because he had prior stuff he had to get with, but it would have been an awesome experience for him. But we stayed, few of us, and the next conversation at the fire was if I created Overland group, would any of y'all join? And everybody was like, yeah, you know, just because I got that little swag, I guess, you know, I'm a friendly fella, that kind of thing.
I think the Overland community as a whole just wants to do things.
Yeah. More than like, well, we talk about it all the time, more than the Jeep community, because I mean we're Jeep guys.
Yeah.
The Jeep community doesn't want to do anything. They just want to.
Yeah.
We've heard that. We
keep
actually have
ducks
a
and hang
member
on
here
parking
that he's a big Jeeper, and he
Now he's an off-roader.
He's whatever, Overlander, off-roader, you know. He just said we were cooler.
Adventure
So,
exploring.
you know, that's why he's here.
I like to look at it like the square and rectangle analogy, where like a square is a rectangle, but a rectangle is not a square. Like you can be an overlander, which is also an off-roader.
True.
But not all off-roaders are also overlanders.
Correct.
That's why you need. Yeah, I should
I
get
know.
you headphones.
I talk with my hands too much. You have no idea how uncomfortable I am to be sitting here trying to not move my arms while I'm talking.
You know, we just usually experience in our world a lot of the time where they're like, oh, it's going to rain, so no, we're not going to make it out.
Yeah.
Or, you know, even with the snow, you know. So the next day I got on and just made F-Bomb Overlanders on Facebook.
So you just came up with the name because it sounded good and you
Well,
liked
the whole
it?
thing is if it's going to snow, you got to say fuck it.
Yeah.
You got to just go out there and have a good time and enjoy the equipment that you spend so much money on.
The weather's just another obstacle. It's not something to deter you.
and it's
just another
only
obstacle.
rain and it's only snow. You only make it as dangerous as your skill level is.
Yeah.
So
But you're
if
not
you
going to
don't,
get better if you don't push
yeah,
yourself.
if you don't
True.
experience it, you definitely ain't going to make any difference.
Yeah.
And like
And that's
earlier,
all,
you said, you know, we were talking about our Winterfest. It's something we do every year. It's cold. A lot of people aren't cold weather campers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
And I was like, you
experienced
guys come
11
out.
degrees and 0 degrees. You know,
I don't.
like-
It's for me. I don't mind the cold. It's like from a rock crawling standpoint. Rock crawling in the snow sucks.
Sucks because you're already
like
dealing
when-
with big rocks and no traction.
And it's not an if you're going to break something, it's when you break something. Now
Sure.
you're cold and wet. You're under your Jeep,
Mm-hmm.
wet. Like everything's cold to touch. You can't. Everything's frozen. It's just. It takes the fun out
the
of it.
last time we did it, we had to back an excursion out of the trail for 3 miles
I'm
in
not
reverse
scarred from
because
it.
all the forward gears went out.
You only
So
have reverse.
he
wow.
only had reverse, so we had to back him out of the trail for 3 miles.
Yeah.
And that's where Tom was like, "I'm not doing this again."
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
And it was like it was a flat trail. Like it wasn't even like. I think that the first obstacle we got to, nobody could get up because it was completely iced over. And our trail guide was like, "Oh yeah, this is a green trail," and I'm like, "This is ridiculous." Is it like? He's like, "We'll go somewhere else that's less icy," and I'm like, We're
in
I'm already not
Pennsylvania.
having fun."
Yeah.
And then the second trail of the day, the excursion only has reverse.
Yeah, ice
and
is a
we
big
spent the
deal.
next 4 hours backing the excursion out of the trail. I'm like, "No."
I think that's one of the reasons my wife doesn't really partake in getting out here, because the first experience I took her up was in George Washington, and it was after that gnarly ice storm we had, 3 years ago, 2019. And it was death in her eyes. And
Well, my
she
wife
hadn't
still
come back.
doesn't do obstacles. She gets out and walks down the obstacles and waits for me to get down, whether I'm in the two-door or the Cherokee.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So-
Mine's all about overlanding, especially
Yeah.
with the camper now.
I think I need
She
to
doesn't
get.
like the obstacles though.
I think I need to get my wife into the overlanding because she's only known the rock crawling with me.
Yeah.
She's never really done the overlanding, like eat good food, eat good, drink good, poop in the woods.
Yeah.
Well, that's where you got to make.
I already have this.
You got to
design.
make the spouse happy. You know, I can't tell you how much stuff I have bought to try to make her comfortable.
Yeah.
In the woods, I'm going to put a plug in here. It's a Shiwi. My wife loves
Shiwi?
it.
Okay.
Loves it.
Piss like a man, Shiwi.
Yeah, Brandon loves it. Brandon loves
I
it.
love it too.
He said, I just couldn't even stand it when my wife was peeing like a man. I had to look, and it kind of turned him on, you know. He was getting real wild.
In all
Shiwi,
fairness,
piss
I
like a
looked.
man.
That's like
It's
this.
just 'cause it's
I was
new.
like, this is not right, and I couldn't even look. I had to turn around. I was like, this is just weird, you know.
Yeah, he said,
Uncomfortable erection.
It's a fear boner.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that's.
it reminds me of when
I'm
peed
getting
on
one right
myself.
now.
Yes, Father.
How are we not rated explicit yet?
Oh no, we are.
Oh, we are?
I
Oh.
do the rating.
Oh, okay.
I
That's
click
smart.
explicit every episode.
That's smart. Don't listen to this episode with your kids in the car.
Or do.
Too late for
They'll
that warning,
learn
but-
eventually.
Oh, there it is.
So, vehicle choice.
Yeah.
Walk us through your vehicle choice, your vehicle history, and why you chose a Hummer and a Lexus.
Woo! Go ahead, Brandon.
That vehicle was chosen because it was on one of the other overlanding sites for sale.
Okay.
And I saw it and told my wife that is a good deal. And I bought it. I have another vehicle that's a work in progress now that was the primary, and that's kind of went to the back burner. Actually, it was bought for my wife, and she doesn't like it, so I use it.
So was this your first Overlander vehicle?
No.
What was your first Overlander vehicle?
QX56 Infinity.
Okay.
And
That's
it looks-
not traditional.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The first gen looks like an Armada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's had its changes, but has custom steel bumpers,
Nice.
35s.
yeah, it's pretty tough looking.
That's pretty sweet.
It's pretty
Yeah.
sweet. And there's a transition period. We'll get to it, but it's going to be under the knife again here soon with some fun
Oh,
stuff.
so you still have the Lexus, not the Lexus,
The Infinity,
the
yeah.
Infinity.
Infinity.
It's on the QX, LX,
Yep.
GX, all that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all confusing.
It's just in the world of stuff you don't see on the
Yeah.
trail.
Yeah, that's
Different.
the coolest
Yeah.
thing is the stuff you don't normally see.
It's like me with my Cadillac Escalade. You know, like that's what
I
I
want to see
was
that one day.
burning through the forest
Wait,
a whole
wait.
lot.
Oh, you
Hold
weren't here
up.
for that conversation.
Hold up.
You went on the
Yeah.
beer run. Yeah.
You got an Escalade?
Yeah, it's
First gen?
it's a 05 Escalade,
Yeah.
and I
So
just
it's got the it's not the ugly 5.7. It's got the 5.3 in it.
it's got a 6-liter in it.
Okay,
and
but
it's
it's
got
still
the-
not.
Oh,
It's
so
still
like
the
it's-
LS
is that
the
the
LS
second
based
gen?
block.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second
it's a
gen.
LQ9, and it actually has 10-to-1 compression ratio,
Yep.
so she's pretty hot. And I got a little bit of stuff that I did to it just to, make it happy for me.
It's almost
But,
making me want to build the Duramax again.
It's got
Almost.
33s.
spicy.
Yeah,
Spicy.
It's got 33s, and that was like my tent camping days. So I would throw the tent up somewhere and then go burn through the forest somewhere and just find cool
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it's
And,
surprisingly how capable being, all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Are those still
How bad that thing
torsion
is.
bar? Is that a torsion bar
Yeah,
front end?
yeah, torsion
So
bar.
my
Still have
my
the torsion bars on it.
Yeah.
my first
We'll have to talk
off-roader was a 2000 very similar truck.
Silverado, yeah.
2004 Silverado 1500. Pretty much the exact same
Yeah.
truck.
Yeah.
I started rock crawling because I'm a fucking idiot. But I did surprisingly well because of that G80 locker,
And
and it just hooks up. And
featured him insert picture of Bruce with the towed-in wheels.
Oh
'cause he
yeah,
broke everything.
yeah, because I broke everything.
Yeah. What
CD
I
axles,
did to
tie
make it so
rods.
capable on the off-road stuff is all I did was really take the sway bars off of it.
Yeah,
And it just allowed it to travel so much more and made it a whole lot comfortable ride on the off-road stuff. And
I'm gonna have to try that with this.
yeah, I could
made a
get
big
a whole
difference
lot
on
more
Bruce.
places.
He preaches
that's-
the sway bars.
Yeah, that's what I
He
did to the Hummer,
preaches.
man. Like
Yeah.
I don't have no sway bars on it, and it flexes like crazy, and it has a locker in it and all that stuff, and
I feel like
it's just a real cool thing.
because this is the same torsion bars. Obviously, they're a little stiffer,
Yeah.
but I always felt like running this up flagpole. It felt heavy, and I wasn't sure if that was the diesel, the sway bars.
Yeah,
like,
the
if it
sway
was just-
bars.
the lack
It
of
allows
travel.
that front end to move a whole lot
Yeah.
more, and
Yeah.
it's just way cooler.
I have to
And
try that.
like our front end, we got the exact
Yeah,
same front
yeah.
end. Mine is an actual heavy duty 1500 rear end.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's still a 14 bolt, but it's just a different 14
Yeah.
bolt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love the Chevy platforms. I had thoughts of like doing a coilover conversion for the front on this, but I don't.
It had to be lifted too high. Yeah.
All right, guys. Originally it was gonna be solid axle, and then I learned you can't really do it for less than like an 8-inch lift.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's still my work truck. I still tow my Jeep with it. I run parts with it. Like, still have to do things with it. So I don't want an 8-inch lifted truck as a work truck. And then even the 4.5-inch lift is a little tall for the coilovers and things. And
yeah, that's what I wanted to go with on the Escalade and the Hummer. I was like, oh yeah, SAS swap, blah blah blah. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, it just rides way too good.
Yeah.
Yep.
For me to do that. And I was like, I'm never busting and banging on rocks or going through some gnarly mud hole or something like.
And the nice thing with those older GM trucks is they actually have like round wheel wells, so you can fit a bigger tire with not a huge lift. I had 35s on. It was a 2-inch body and a 2-inch level on my 04.
Yeah, the old Hummer sitting factory, and it's got 37s.
That's factory.
Yeah.
Oh,
you just trim the front bumper down?
Nope.
Is that a modular bumper?
Wait, really?
Nothing. Yeah,
factory.
I thought
the factory bumper was full width.
I put a 37 on her. Didn't do anything. I didn't even turn the torsion bars up.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right, Hummers.
And I've seen that thing when we were in the Ozarks, just seeing the flex and that just being what it is. It's like
it's just no sway bars. It's the only modification.
How do you feel about the new Hummer?
Is that the
what about the one we just saw?
Did you see it?
Wait, is your Hummer the 5-liter or the 5-cylinder?
It's a 6
Is that
liter.
the H3 that was the
5-cylinder
5-cylinder?
is H3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
the H3 also
baby
comes
Hummer
with a V8 in it though. So
they're rare. I looked for them.
yeah,
They're hard to find.
That'll be the alpha
that
version.
with the 5.3.
That's all you got to do is
Bad.
look for the alpha version. Yep. And that's sexy. I love the H3T.
Yeah, I saw one the other day. I'm like,
it looks like a Gladiator.
I pulled up behind it. I'm like, what is this? A Gladiator? Like this is a weird looking Gladiator.
It's just way better.
It was a Hummer. It was so cool.
Yeah,
Well, if it
it's
sparks
way
your
better.
interest, Google it and see some of these built ones. They're
man, yeah.
gnarly.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It opens up a whole new world.
That's a
For
rabbit
real.
hole.
He would
Got
keep
rabbit
sending
hole
me
all over it.
links. He was like, "This one's for sale. This one's for sale." You know.
So you ended up in the Hummer just because you liked the luxury of the Cadillac, or what was the reason for
Yeah,
buying
well,
the Hummer?
I've been a GM guy for my life. You know,
yeah,
like,
brother.
Me and my father, we've worked at GM dealerships for a long time, and then I just got into the classic world. But I just stumbled upon this for a good deal, and I didn't know how capable they were just because like the majority of the time it's a street queen.
Yeah.
And as soon as
like a lot of Jeeps.
soon as
most Jeeps.
Yeah.
as soon as I even took it just on our forest roads, that's gravel, and the weight of it, you get on that washboard and it just eats it. It doesn't, it doesn't bounce all over.
It
It
actually stays flat.
Yeah, because I'm moving through there a little good. I'm
I feel
I'm
like the width
I
probably
can't-
not
helps
going
that, too.
25, so it's
I can't
You're
wait to
outside
actually
everybody
wheel with you guys.
else's
Yeah.
width.
Wheeling with you guys is gonna be so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that.
yeah, it's a good time. We like to have a good time.
If Winterfest is February, we may have to actually
Yeah.
put that on the calendar.
Well, I'll come. So Winterfest sounds fun, but you guys. So the fun happens when you scout. The real
It's fun regardless.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
always
yeah.
fun.
All the time.
Scouting is fun, and we call them recons.
Yeah, and we're just finding new places
Because
so
we
that
haven't
has
been
to
there.
Be fun,
But
But
that's-
sometimes it's a bomb. No pun intended.
That's the true overlanding. Is you're setting up camp, drinking beer, breaking down, keep going. Setting up camp,
Yeah.
breaking down.
Yeah, and obviously the campsites that we find are there, but there's no marker on any map
Yeah.
that says, "Hey, badass campsite." So you just got to get out there and search them places
adventure.
out.
Yeah, because it's all the dispersed camping in the
Yeah.
forest. and
Our
everything.
last recon, we had 3 camp nights at different campsites.
Sign me up.
And they were all ones that we found.
That sounds like the most fun to me.
And we never knew they were there.
Well, no,
you
the
know,
first one wasn't. That was planned because it was.
Yeah, because that was a meeting
conversation.
zone. Yep.
You would be a good candidate for reconning with them. He
I'll sign up
refers to his
immediately.
Jeep as like deploying the rover.
yeah.
Right.
So, it's like when was the last time everybody was in that campsite and there's like a log and a bunch of brush? You just send a little 2-door up and I just
Yeah.
sit and idle on the
So
fire
what
road.
did we call it last time? Fat man and little boy.
Yeah, Fat
We're,
Man and
we're,
Little
the, we're
Boy.
the nukes. Fat man and little boy.
Yeah.
I'll go do the searching and you sit there and
Yeah, it's great.
Brian's doing it.
just
too.
yell at each other through radio.
Beer tending.
Oh.
You can't call him the
Chip
beer
and dip
bitch though.
lady is on the way.
Oh, we got snacks.
Snackies.
Lord.
This is gonna turn out to be the best
Bean
podcast we've
dip.
had yet. You want a Yingling, Brian? I got
Yeah, we got
hell
Yingling right
yeah.
here.
open one here.
Oh, I like that.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
You're ready to go. I'll get you another one. Y'all keep talking. I'll be right back. Oh, God damn it.
Well, if you're gonna, hey, will you go grab one out of my cooler?
We got a bunch in the cooler right here.
My cooler.
Yeah, Brandon said if you're
Are
going
you,
all
are
the way
you a
over
Bud Light
my
only
truck-
guy? You. So
No. That's what I drink.
Yingling's right here.
If it's not this, it's bourbon.
Fair. That's fair. The I'm good. I got a full one still. Okay, we're off the rails already. What are we? 10 minutes in. So the Lexus thing wasn't necessarily a.
Oh no, Thank you.
The Lexus thing wasn't necessarily a Toyota based decision. It was just a good deal.
It was a good deal because the gentleman that I purchased it from already did all the work.
Ooh, thank you, sir.
Fair.
So it was completely done, like spec, suspension,
Yep.
aftermarket lower control arms, all of the adjustable suspension,
Yeah.
2 fuel tanks. So I've got
Oh wow.
two
nice.
24-gallon tanks.
Yeah.
So I'd say it's my expedition vehicle because we can
drive
go.
for days, yeah.
He needs it though, because before he got the tune, it wasn't getting too good a guess.
That's a V8, right?
Yeah.
Was it the two FE?
I don't know. I don't know.
Some numbers, some letters.
I don't know what it is.
That's
It's
me putting the nerd in Dirt Nerds.
with the tune that was
Is that
just
one
done.
a
It's a
4.7?
lot better. I wish I had it done before the Ozarks, and if I found out about it. But
Yeah.
just the example about F-Bomb, the guy that tuned my cars here, we hit it off, and
Yeah.
he was coming, and I was getting my tune up to spicy this weekend,
Ooh,
and he's here, and he's like, wow, how did you guys
Expand.
get this
Yeah.
area, and it's just
they heard
it's a
that we
bunch
got
of-
extremely stinky farts. So
Yeah.
it's a big field.
it's a bunch of brotherhood. I mean, and everyone here, I don't think you can deny it's a good time.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
yeah, we've had a blast. I mean, it's
it's
only
pretty cool.
Friday evening.
yeah.
Still have another day to go, but it's like Tim said earlier. This is what we envisioned. Like,
God damn it.
Ooh,
It's kind of
we gotta hit our car alarm buttons, yo.
There we go. That was a quick turn.
That was a good one.
Around. And I mean, for us, it's just been kind of the coming and going of life for our friends.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that they're gone per se, but they're just
It's a cycle.
It
it's a
happens.
cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and it's good to. We've realized a lot of the community is the same attitude, right? Like, the rock crawling Jeep world is very exclusive. The rock crawlers aren't as bad,
No, the rock crawls are pretty welcoming.
but
The Jeep is exclusive.
yeah, but like you go to a rock crawling event and it's individual groups. There's a handful of guys that like you'll talk to, but nobody's inviting you. Like they might invite you to have a beer and hang out, but it's not like, oh, like, hey, like follow us on Facebook, join our group, do our thing, like, and that's what we always wanted it to be. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that we aren't working towards it. It's just
It's turned into
we took a different route. For
some
it.
great friendships.
Yeah.
It's like I hang out with these people more
Not
than I
really.
do with my friends that don't do what we do.
Right.
Because we like it so much, and we do events where. Last Saturday, we all got together and went to a restaurant in Williamsburg and met up and
Nice.
chilled and hung out. It depends
And
on what
just-
it is for the week.
Just not even anything to do with Overland Expo, but Todd, he comes all the way from Ohio.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
And we have a friend, Alicia, Battle
What
Horse
does Todd
Knives.
drive?
They come all the way
Jeep.
from Ohio to hang out
Is
with
it the
us.
red
Red
one?
Jeep.
Okay.
So how did he find you from Ohio?
Well, that's his friend April.
Oh, okay.
But
So
he still
friends bringing
drives
friends
to
in.
hang
Word of
out with
mouth.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friends just
But,
bringing friends.
We were walking through the Jeeps here, and she's like, "Oh, the F-Bomb," because the
Yeah.
Gladiator had a little.
And she was
insignia
like, your
F-bomb.
friend just came through here and was like, hey, come hang out with us. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just little things.
Yeah, I met the guy with the Impala. He's actually here. The
rental car?
The rental car. He's here as a public speaker. Knows nobody here. Good guy. I talked to him for like 15 minutes. And he's like, I'm just kind of hanging out tonight, like chilling. I'm like, dude, come over. Like
Yeah, for real.
it's a
That's
good
what it
time.
is.
He's
I could care less how many people are on.
I don't care what you're driving, as long as you're a
Yeah.
good time and hanging out.
Yeah.
Like, come
When
hang
there's
out,
a,
have a
a
beer.
big number of people that are in the group on Facebook, I don't care about that. I just really want people to come out and hang out and
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
out in the wilderness and doing something they normally wouldn't do.
That's the fun part.
Yeah,
That's the fun
straight
part.
up.
Meet cool people, tell good stories, drink good
Everybody
beer.
can be a keyboard warrior.
And we all like
spend time
vehicles.
on
Yeah.
Facebook.
You know,
Yeah. And you can only watch so many Netflix things because then you just find yourself flipping through the channel the whole time.
I will say you guys are the first ones to live stream a football game in camp.
That was so dope.
Kind of awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
it's not the norm. You know, that's a new
It's all right. It
gadget.
can be the
Yeah.
norm. Like that's okay.
It was
Do it your own way.
it was the leisure night of the expo, so I thought it would be fitting.
Yeah.
Go Bears.
Yeah.
The Bears.
The
Did they end up
Bears.
winning? I went
Yes,
to bed.
I think it was 40-20 or 40-27.
Damn.
Poor
Man,
Commanders.
that's
It's a
terrible
murder.
too for
That is
them.
murder.
Them commanders. Yeah.
Commanders.
Whatever they're calling themselves
Yeah.
these days.
I almost said Redskins.
So being a muscle car guy, did you and loving the Jeep community so much for the community, did you experience the same thing I did with the muscle car community where it was so exclusive and nobody would talk about their car and all that stuff?
So it's pretty crazy in the classic car world where, and that's what the question was, right?
Yeah.
In the classic car world, man, you know, everybody is just so willing to talk to you about their vehicle and
Oh, that's so wild because I've experienced the complete opposite
You know what the problem
in Northern
is?
Virginia. Northern
Yeah.
Virginia?
No, you're young.
Oh, I'm young.
there's you know a huge
You're not
story
old
with
school.
every time that you gather with someone about a classic
He
car.
is
There's
mentally,
always
you know, with that not a negative thing like to the cars. Like,
Yeah.
you're an old soul.
all right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's funny. So I used to work at a car museum. So like I have a pretty decent knowledge of classic cars. It's slipped over the years, but enough where I've gone to the classic car meet at the Chick-fil-A parking lot and get the same experience he's had where it's like, what do you know? Like you pulled up in that Honda, like you don't know anything about my Chevelle.
Right.
And then I start rattling off some things and people are like, oh.
Yeah, and then
they're mad that I know more
yeah,
about their car
They
than
get
they do.
defensive then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a classic car dealer in Rockville, Maryland, that was next to a dealership I used to work at, and I went on my lunch break just to kind of peruse what it was, and they had a '53 Chevy pickup, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, it's got the right grill, it looks like a '53. I'm looking at the motor, I'm like, that's a 253, like that didn't come out till '55, like, and the sales guy comes over, and I'm like, hey, you don't have the right motor in this. He's like, no, it's a numbers matching truck. And I was like, no, it's not.
Right.
And he's like, what? I was like, date code on this. This motor was built in 55. You're saying it's 53.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, it's a 55 truck. I was like, well, then you have the wrong grill on it. And he's like, I'm like, all right, I got to go back to work. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
And he's like, you working at BMW? And I was like, yeah. So it's got to be a little bit of an age thing. But
Yeah, it must
because
be.
we share that same experience.
Yeah, is and that the Jeep four-wheel drive, the four-wheel drive community was so welcoming. Is no matter who you are, no matter what
Yeah.
you drive, come here. Let me tell you about my build and what I've done. So
It's
Yeah,
the same.
And
It would be the
everybody's
same
so
into
different
this.
around here too. In
Yeah.
the overlanding world, and I mean, even if you're doing rock crawling, it's still so different from vehicle to vehicle. But like everybody in the overlanding world, they kind of put their heart into what they're doing.
There's not a duplicate vehicle in this.
no,
Yeah.
not a single
there's
one.
a JL, there's a JK. Well, I guess there's two Tacomas, but one's
But
long
one's a-
travel
one's a
pre-runner.
pre-runner.
With 39.
Yeah.
Yeah, with 39s. The other
Yeah.
one's got a leveling kit.
You can
like,
you can spend a whole month looking at all these vehicles.
it's
You know,
I'm
like
walking
it's so
back.
crazy.
Yeah, it's that's the best thing about the overland communities. It's not
It's everything's
Toyota
unique.
heavy, but it's not Toyota exclusive.
Yeah.
Well, that's why the Infinity, I had it and I was like,
Yeah,
I can use
truck's
this. It's
nice.
four-wheel drive because I come from, just to be honest, the COVID hit,
Yeah.
didn't do the overlanding thing. I didn't do four-wheeling at all. My buddy had mud trucks that he had built.
Nice.
And, we did the typical flagpole dunkel and,
Yep.
and whatnot. And then I was like, oh, this thing's kind of capable, I guess. And then it went to a rabbit hole. And then he, being in what he does, being, a master fabricator, doing all this stuff, he's like, well, we could turn this to a straight axle. And
Yeah.
that's what we're doing.
Put
Oh,
four-link-
nice.
The
yeah,
independent
put four-link
suspension
on the
is
rear
coming out, and it's
coilovers.
going to be 4-link,
And that Armada should be the 5.7, right?
5.6.
5.6.
Yeah.
I think it's like 0.2 of a cubic inch difference or something. But
Yeah, a flea's ass.
It'd be a 10.
Yeah.
So what do you have to do for that? Is that new transfer case too, or is you can just modify the transfer case?
No, it's good. It'll be a different drive shaft, but
What axles are you using
Oh, I'm just using it's keeping it Nissan, so I
Yeah,
a
right
Titan
out
Pro
the Titan.
X4.
for the rear?
Yeah, locker
Oh, so
in
you
it already.
just solid axle swap in the rear.
Yeah, because it's
Okay.
Not the front.
Oh, okay.
It's
No.
Yeah, so
independent.
that's almost
I
bolt
thought you meant the front.
Yeah, it's independent.
No,
in
just the rear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're
And
keeping
it's
it
definitely
independent
not
up
bolt
front.
on because it's it's coil spring back there,
Right.
and they got a whole subframe in the rear back
Right.
there.
Right.
It's
I did a lift on one of the newer Armadas a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah.
it's so weak. All he did was
Yeah.
bump into a rock, and it bent the suspension back there.
I believe that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Stamps
and
too.
my other buddy Brian had to fix it, heating it up and pounding it out.
You got good friends.
You,
Yeah.
you have really good friends.
My
Schefter
friends
build
suck.
over
They keep
there.
making me fix their shit.
Are you mechanically inclined at all?
No.
No.
Fortunately,
At least you're honest about
no,
it.
I'm not. I do
You're
sales.
surrounded by good
this is-
friends, yeah.
No, I have good friends and my peers. Man, they help me and guide me. So I'm grateful to have Brian and Brian by my side.
Yeah.
Yeah, who-
Other Brian's got that a sweet Durango.
That's my
I love
favorite
that thing.
Durango.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
You want to talk about your Durango?
Yeah, come over here and talk about your Durango. Nope, not talking about his
Yeah.
Durango.
He's the strong.
He's a little
strong
shy.
type. Yeah.
I think I'm going to do a quick walk around
Yeah, we
and
can
put it on
post that.
YouTube of all the cool vehicles
It's
here.
green, so it fits the.
Oh,
fits
dude,
the
it's
brand.
so nice. What else? How did you guys learn the navigating stuff? Because that's something that I'm trying to figure out now, like pre-planned routes and navigation and everything else.
Honestly, I would say, I don't know how long you've been using Gaia for, but I found about Gaia probably before we actually met, actually. So playing with it, there are so many YouTubers out there that have demonstrations. It's actually super simple.
Yeah.
And it would be a combination of just using the internet. I mean, you do the same thing I do. You can take
Just do it.
you can click on a point somewhere on, say, Gaia,
Yeah.
copy and paste the coordinates, throw it in Google, put it in a satellite image, and then you can blow it up. Or same thing with directions in Google. Do a satellite. You can see roads. You can see rivers.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
the main thing too is if you're looking for campsites, they're
That's-
not going to be on ridges.
That's the hard thing that I've found is
they're not going to be on ridges. So
trying to plan a BDR trip.
yeah, if you're
I,
looking for places to camp, it's going to be on a river. So
Yeah.
as long as you got some water on your image that you're looking at, there's probably going to be a campsite.
Yeah.
and I'll show you my Gaia for the BDR because I think I have that whole thing.
yeah,
And
we're
I think
doing-
there's
if we don't go to Cape Outlook, we're gonna run 4 and
Cape
3.
Lookout.
Whatever it is, Outlook, Lookout. I always forget. We're gonna run.
I think you should go and just get that out of your mind.
I know. I know.
agree.
I mean,
Should go.
don't.
Yeah, we'll see
I'm
you
gonna
there.
call. I'm gonna call Monday and see if I can get a better ferry. But that's really the driving force right now. Is my ferries are shit.
Get it changed. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna work on it because I do want to come after hanging out with you guys and like actually being here.
Yeah.
It's the reason we're spending tomorrow night here is because y'all are so cool.
Yeah.
I think we've made the decision almost.
Yeah, I think it's
Oh yeah,
worthwhile.
Yeah.
y'all are a whole lot cooler than us. You know
Yeah.
what are you talking
Fuck
about?
no.
But that's what it is, though. Everyone
you
in the
guys
group.
did this.
Yeah, you guys have
There's
this.
just two of us, and he's in a ground tent.
We've
There's
been
nothing cool about our shit.
We've been trying for 6 years to actually get our buddies to go out like once every few months and they don't
Yeah.
come.
It
Y'all have
doesn't
1,000
matter where
strangers.
you're camping at. It doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter the
But that-
device you use. Yeah.
It's the thing, though. It's the group. You know.
Yeah. Most of the
I've
time, we're
reached out
not
to
even
do it for the
using our
group.
stuff. We're sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
I
talking
wanted
to
all
each
of us
other.
to camp together, and that was one of the premise behind.
Yeah.
Call them,
Yeah.
email
Yeah,
them.
and here
Yeah.
we are in a big field where everybody else ain't got no elbow room, and we got a monster space to camp.
Yeah, that was
awesome.
that was an awesome thing.
Yeah.
That's I would say that's probably the deciding factor to stay is that we're not crammed in.
Yeah, we have half a football
We-
field in the middle
We
of our
have
camp.
more space than Bronco Nation.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
And
If you're an avid
walking
listener,
from the exhibitors, walking through here, I was like, yeah, you know, I wouldn't want to do that.
No.
You know, it's still cool. There's that ambiance, but you have no room.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
Piled in, yeah.
Well, even trying to walk back, I tried to walk through camp, and I'm like,
yeah.
if I wanted to walk straight over here, I'm walking through 1,000 people's camp. So I had to walk.
Zigzagging straight.
It was
up.
like a car show though. I saw some cool stuff in the parking.
Yeah, it was
lot.
like a 40 series truck.
Yeah.
that I want to go back and look at.
I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure it's a 30.
Is it 30?
I don't know my Land Cruisers that well, but I'm pretty sure it was a 30.
Yeah, it converted to a truck or something. Yeah, it was pretty sweet. I want to.
I damn near was about to bonk the security lady on the head and take the electric Hummer. The lights flashed when I was right by it, and I was
Okay.
like, "Oh yeah,
There's one
somebody's
for
close
sale.
by."
There's
Yeah,
one for sale in Front Royal.
There's one at the dealership.
All right. Yeah,
Like, why of all
I'm
the
not that well
dealerships
off,
in
and
Northern
I don't like
Virginia-
owing anybody any money.
Yeah, I don't blame
Yeah,
you.
yeah, but it's in Front Royal in Northern Virginia. Like Front Royal's
Such a random
and
place for
it's
it.
not a non-affluent place. Like they have enough money to get by, but like it's not.
Yeah.
Like you think a Hummer would be.
That's
for
like a lot of towns in Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that. They got.
They must do a lot of volume.
They must do a lot of
They
volume.
got Skyview or Skyland Caverns up there. And
Skyline.
Skyline Caverns. Yeah, that is some really cool stuff in there.
We drove by it. Yeah.
If you've never been there, you need to check it out because they got
Better than
all
Monterey.
these rock growths, mineral growths that are abnormal to a normal cave system.
Oh, that's cool.
And they even have a door you have to walk through to keep it kind of in its normal
keep it
habitat.
sealed?
Yeah, it's really cool though. Like it looks like sea urchins on the ceiling and stuff.
That sounds cool.
Like
I've actually
you're
never
upside
been
down in the
in
ocean.
one of those caverns, Luray or
I haven't
Skyline
either.
or anything.
Oh man,
Luray
should do a
Caverns
trip.
is cool.
We could do an overlanding trip.
yeah.
We've got camp spots right out there.
Let's do it.
There's plenty of them. The only one I haven't been to in Virginia is Dixie Caverns.
Okay.
Been to all the others.
Yeah, we intentionally came down 340 to avoid 81.
Yeah.
And it was well worth the drive. I've done it
In
in
the beginning, through Front Royal's a little tough. I get impatient with traffic lights.
Yeah.
So
I think what was the lady earlier? She got a picture too.
Yeah, Brian.
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Got that pocket sweat.
it's the worst.
Yeah, just dialing 911 on its own.
Did
Hate
it?
when that happens.
No.
Oh shit.
No, I mean, yeah, you guys have definitely
Gotten it figured out.
you've got it figured out. You've got the what
You just think that.
You
yeah,
look like
but you're
put on a good
you're
front.
embodying what this is, right? Like
Yeah.
it's become so
Straight.
popular, it's become so big that I do think some of the negativity creeps into it. You know,
I don't know why, but speaking of the negativity, the word overland makes me sick. Because there's such
Car camping, you know, you
there's-
call it whatever
but
you
there's-
want. You
but-
thinking you
It's off-roading.
You
But
believe
with-
whatever it is.
and it doesn't have to be off-roading,
with
you know?
with the rock crawler community that we came from, the word overlanding was a bad word. You
Yeah.
didn't go overlanding. You didn't talk to overlanders,
Even though-
So it's got a weird stigma to it that
Yeah.
I'm trying to break myself from.
yeah.
But
Even
like,
though every Big Dogs event we went to is basically overlanding, you're just driving in circles instead of going places.
yeah, driving
Yeah,
in circles.
it's just
and
a
leaving your
fancy
camp.
word for camping. That's all it is. It's-
Yeah.
And
it's glorified camping. It's whatever makes you comfortable. It's
and when
whatever
you
you
do
think.
throw the
you want it to be.
overlanding word in there, you do get more people that are more prone to go off-roading.
Yeah,
You know, and if that entails a goddamn gravel road, then that's what it is.
gravel roads,
But
dirt bikes, or not dirt bikes, adventure bikes.
yeah,
Do you guys have any adventure bikes that come out with y'all?
we had one dude at one time. His name was Daniel,
It was probably
and he
too
had
slow
a
for
he
him.
had a bike, but he went down, and that was
Oh.
kind of like his last
Oh.
time. He was like, "Nah, fuck this,"
Yeah.
you know. But that was the only time. But that's welcome too, you know. Like anybody's welcome.
It's- like I said, looking around, it's not like there's 50 Jeeps and one Toyota here. Like you
Yeah.
guys
No,
are not-
there's a plethora of everything.
you're literally what we preach the community should be.
Yeah, for
Like
real.
as long as you're having fun and you're doing what you want to do, come on out and have fun.
Yeah, and the beautiful part about our situation is we just met y'all, and F-Bomb is just as much y'all as
Yeah.
it is me.
Yeah.
And I never want, you know, he calls me Prez and all that stuff, but it ain't that.
Right.
It's just,
He's the creator.
yeah, it's
Just call him God.
yeah.
The only person
y'all,
that matters
The
to
Notorious.
is Zuckerberg for the Facebook rights.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you get fired up
Who's
about
getting banned
F-Bomb,
when
yeah, if you get fired up about F-Bomb and you want to do your own thing, by all means, let it rip. you
Yeah,
know?
which is cool because you said on your Facebook page, if you want to create an event, as long as you're
yeah.
going to be there and you can support it,
Yep, it's
create
up
an
to
event,
you.
show up and be there.
You
and do
can
it.
make as many as you want. You can do whatever, and I'll try to come to as many as I can. And you know, like I said, if I don't see you on that one, and I owe you a sticker, it's no problem. I'll
Yeah,
give you.
that was cool too. Is you were talking about that
Oh, yeah,
yesterday.
explain
your,
that.
your stickers and like your end of the year trophy and
Yeah. So when it comes down to throughout the year, we get a sticker to everyone that comes out to an event, and it has to be an actual event. And by the end of the year, they accumulate into a certain number, and whoever has the most, you get the opportunity to grab the trophy from the last year recipient, and probably a pretty cool gift. And just throughout that event at Winterfest, we also hand out gifts for people that supplied the group with firewood. Not store-bought stuff, but you know,
Yeah.
we like to split our own firewood and stuff, cut it with chainsaws.
Gift sticker for
and shit,
people
you
helping
know,
with wood.
man.
Real man.
Oh, if you got wood, you get a sticker.
If you
Yeah.
help cut it and
Yeah,
stack
so,
it.
Well, give me a sticker because I got
year-
wood.
Last year,
Getting
Charles
excited,
got
boys
a
and girls.
I got a lot of wood if you guys need wood.
last year.
he's just
Charles
putting on
got
the
a
front.
Fisker's axe and a $100 bill. And so back to the group Winterfest winning thing. So you pass on your trophy, and the next person is responsible for the location and all that stuff. So it's something to get you a little bit
Yeah.
a little bit excited, and maybe a little competitive about making events, going to events and stuff like that, because we don't just want you to rely on us making events.
Yeah.
We want us to kind of get to see your favorite spots and any of that stuff. Not that we want to steal them, but it's like we're definitely going to take
It's a new
you to
area.
all of ours.
I don't get the mentality of I don't want to share this with you. Like that's the whole point of this. Like there's nothing that somebody else can't stumble upon. Like you should be sharing it. Bring your friends out. Tell your buddies about it. Like,
But you got to go. You
Sure.
can't share it and just take the coordinates. In my eyes,
Sure.
This is a something for everybody, and we
Yeah.
want everyone to experience and enjoy and have a good time
Right.
with what
The
we
way
do.
the way I think about it is I have spent a lot of time staring at a map, and I want you to come there with me and experience it with me because of the work that I've put into it.
Yeah.
I don't want you just to be like, "Hey man, that's a cool campsite. What's the coordinates?" It's like
Let's
I
experience
do want
together.
you to enjoy it, but I would like you to enjoy
me
it
out,
because
mark it
I
on your
worked so
map.
hard to find it. Someone made it however many years ago.
It's
But
there for everyone.
we
and
just
it's
stumble
there.
upon these campsites that, it's a badass swimming hole, or it's close to a waterfall, or it's just super picturesque. It doesn't just like I said, it doesn't just pop up on a map. You got to find it.
Yeah.
And a good example is that it was a couple weeks ago. We did 3 days in West Virginia, and there was this area where we were like on a ridge, and you could see snowshoe from
nice.
on the Virginia side, but we're in West Virginia. Well, we're looking around, and it's pretty views all the way around you. And Brian saw this little trail or something, like grass had been walked down, and he walked up, and it was an overlook right where we were. Well, there was a little firing up in this little cut. You would have never known that was a campsite, and it had the most
Sounds like ours.
impeccable,
Yeah, we've had a couple
amazing
of those.
views.
yeah.
Was it under Reddish Knob?
No, this is in
No,
West
it's in
Virginia.
West Virginia.
Oh, in West Virginia. Okay.
There's a campsite like that just
under Reddish
just
Knob.
under Reddish Knob. Same thing. Like we went around a bend and it was like, oh shit, is that
Yeah,
a
right
fire
there in the
ring?
corner.
Yeah, but then if you walk beyond that,
Yeah,
first
it's got a
fire
nice
ring,
overlook.
There's a second. I mean, you couldn't put anything more than a hammock there, but it's got
Yeah.
a fire ring.
Yeah.
You could
It's
sit
so
there
nice.
and just watch the sunset.
Yeah.
That's like the first video podcast we ever did.
It was with Sean with Terra Overland. It was
with
right there.
Terra Overland with that overlook, and we were like, we have no idea how to do a video podcast, but we're gonna try it because this
Yeah, do
is
y'all
amazing.
ever go up to Long Run Road and go up to the top of that?
This is only our third overland trip.
Oh man.
think-
So
I think
since
we did long. That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I don't
Long
think
Run Road?
Log Run is
No,
Long Run.
Long Run. I don't
Yeah.
think
You're,
so.
and you're the one with the headphones on.
Listen, man.
Long Run is the one where
think we
there's
did
an
that with Sean
intersection,
that
and
first
you can
trip.
go to like Golly Ridge Road. You can go Vepco. You can
That
go
doesn't-
back down to Second Mountain.
It doesn't sound familiar.
It's a long switchback road.
I think you're thinking of Log Bridge at the Cove.
No, I'm telling.
yeah,
And-
y'all just keep coming hang out with F-Bomb and we'll show you cool
I mean, we're
stuff.
We
going
have no
to.
idea where we're going.
Everyone
but
goes
we
there
love
because if you're
exploring
going
it.
to Flagpole, it's all right there.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
It must
but normally
be.
they're all heading south instead
True.
of heading north.
is Long Run paved?
No.
No.
Okay, so different road.
And
It's all
right now,
gravel.
it could be under like revamping stuff. They have had
Oh,
it
since they
closed
got
for
it
a
all
little
shut
while.
down.
Okay.
Yeah, Second
But
Mountain's
maybe-
closed.
But they were
Yeah,
trying
that
to
one,
cater
yeah.
towards like the side by sides and all that.
Okay.
So they have a parking area that's up there and all that kind of stuff.
Maybe Sean just pointed where it started.
Probably.
But there is a real beautiful overlook up there that you can see miles and miles.
Yeah.
You can almost see all the way to Massanutten.
Oh,
so
nice.
I mean that's a long way, you know.
We must have passed it, and he must have pointed it out.
I feel like we drove it though, because like that, like overlooking Massanutten. I feel like there was a point
You can
where
see
we were
that from
at a-
Reddish Knob.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know Reddish Knob. That's an easy one to remember. We've done that twice.
Yeah.
There was a point where maybe was it just me?
It might have just been you.
Maybe I was with him. I don't know. I can't keep track of it all.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to getting out more. And
Yeah.
Well, back to the thing with the trips and the events and stuff, and he was talking about you get a sticker for each one. So I would say for the last 2 years, the winner was 21 events they went on.
Damn.
22
so
events.
You guys are doing 2 or 3 a month then.
Yeah. It gets pretty rowdy sometimes. We do have a lot of events.
Sign me up.
That means I'm going to be doing a lot more wheeling. That's going to be not.
I was looking just a couple of months ago. I was looking just a couple of months ago, and we have 65 past events.
Nice.
This year or total?
Total, and that's only
Since 2019,
almost 3 years into it. So
yeah, you guys.
So 65 past events.
So you're consistently 2 a month. Then.
Yeah, we're getting after it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think last October, there was, if my memory serves me, there was maybe 6 weekends in October last year.
They can only be 5 weekends.
If it's 5, maybe whatever it is. I did 4 of the 5.
Oh, nice.
I was out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and one time we did a breast cancer awareness run.
That's cool.
And the actual F-Bomb sticker was pink.
Oh, that's cool.
Just a little something different.
Save the tatas.
Yep.
Yeah.
We like the tatas.
We like the boobies.
Yeah.
I even have it tattooed on my arm.
Oh, look at that. You got titties on your arm. Hell yeah.
Boobs.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah. It works.
Have you guys ever incorporated any of the organized crawler events into that? Because there is what is it?
Topless for tatas.
Is that what it is? At Roush?
Roush is topless
Yeah.
for tatas.
Yeah, we haven't really gone down that kind of road yet, but
maybe
it would
that's
be
our,
fun.
our F-bomb niche. Maybe we handle some of the hardcore stuff.
All right.
Maybe we could talk about subsidiaries.
There you go.
Yeah. We've already got enough subsidiaries with Dirt Nerds.
I can't even keep track of our own shit. We'll
But
just
the
do
thing
it as
is,
F-bomb. That's fine.
Even at the end of it, all of your friends that do what y'all do, they're still going to enjoy it. Maybe because it's not gnarly and hardcore, and you're not.
It's the community. It's the community.
It's the community
it's
aspect,
all about that.
and then it's the friendship. Our friends. I mean,
There's so many people
I've
here.
said it a bazillion times. I have so many friends that don't come out and do this. My neighbor, he comes out. He's
Streaking
like,
Craig.
I love going to F-Bomb because he's like, wherever you guys go, it could be in the woods, and there's someone coming over and hanging out with y'all. At the races, we had. He thought it was the
everywhere.
party spot because everyone kept coming to us to hang out. It's a good time. Who doesn't like a good time?
That's how we kind of became what we are with the Big Dogs events. Was we had our spot up at the top of this hill in the one campground at the just the very top, and people would just wander up there and be like, "You guys are fun," and next thing we know, we were
it's
30
literally
deep.
what happened. Yeah.
Because it was 5 of us, and then it was 10 of us, and then it was 15 of us, and all of a sudden we're like, "Oh shit!" Trevor's cooking for 20. Half the people are camping with us. Half of them are not. Some are just coming to hang out and eat and drink, and then going and camping wherever they want to camp. And that was the realization for us was. What we do is we go somewhere, we set up a camp, we wheel a Jeep for the day, and then you go back and camp. It's overlanding. It's just in one property.
Yeah.
You've done that. Where did you go with that bachelor party? Your buddies that were doing that. Was it called the Co? No. It was somewhere near Clifton Forge. Ooh. There's an off-road park there.
Clifton Forge.
I don't
You
know.
got the dents and the Durango there.
64, heading out
it's down
towards
this
West
way?
Virginia,
Okay.
What was
It's
that place
got to be
called?
public lands because I don't know.
Oh, is that
West-
Bedford?
west of
No.
Lexington.
No.
What's the other one that's out this way? Kairos.
Yeah, okay.
Kairos.
Kairos. Sean was just there. He said it was amazing.
Yeah.
He said
Well,
He said it was so
that
good.
goes back. Another thing we can
Amaze
do is
balls.
the Virginia Ultimate Adventure that you've
Yeah, I
routed.
planned it a few years ago and I worked it out. And I actually talked to all the properties and they were down. We couldn't actually get it done, but I planned a 7-day Virginia Ultimate Adventure. So it's the Ultimate Adventure.
I don't know what it is.
Oh,
four-wheeler magazines, Peterson's.
No, I mean I'm not a four wheel. I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
All right, so I'll explain that. And then
we're overlanders.
So the magazine for the last 20-something years has done a trip where they take sponsors and readers and they go somewhere in the world or in the country, and it's 7 days, no trailers, and it's hardcore rock crawling, but it's also overlanding because you're driving between the parks.
yeah, it's high. You have highway miles and you have trail miles. So you go from
Look it up on YouTube. It's all over
like
YouTube.
4 or
The
5 different
Ultimate
trails. trail days.
Is
in
some
a
of that
week.
stuff like not gnarly? Because I wouldn't mind. Like I don't want to go and break my shit.
Well, so we could do we could
on
do
now.
we could do the
That's
not
me.
gnarly. We could do the gnarly.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, the gnarly-ish public, the not national forests. So we could do like Bald Mountain Jeep Trail is gnarly-ish.
Oh, that's not gnarly at all.
Well, see, now this opens an interesting conversation because, and I just had this conversation with somebody as far as like what's stock friendly, what's not. It was, I forgot his name already. The guy with the FJ,
Butch.
We were just talking about the Rim Rocker Trail in Colorado and Utah, and like I've always heard Rim Rocker's gnarly. It's not stock friendly, but he took his trailer on it, and he's like, it's totally stock friendly, and I'm like, shit. All right, now it just moved up my list.
The only
of
one I
trails
said
wanna
wouldn't
do.
be stock friendly would be recently watched the Rubicon Trail.
Yeah.
Sometimes stuff
That's
is just a
hardcore.
little scary to people that are unexperienced, and it gathers a name. Yeah,
100%.
And that would be me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's funny you mentioned the Rubicon because to me, I mean, we've preached it before. The driver mod is the best mod, and like the Rubicon can be done in a stock vehicle if you're confident in it.
Yeah, and that's why
It's
the
not
Jeep
easy.
has that name on it because
Right,
it has done it in a stock
Well, I just
form.
watched a YouTube video and they were talking about
Is it
that.
the
but
4-wheel drive 24/7
yes,
guys?
and it was a great Did you watch it?
Yeah.
And they were told, oh, you can't do it on 35s.
Yeah,
You know,
and they're all psyched out because there's buggies passing them on the hard line,
Right.
but they're doing it on 35s and
So it's the same thing I always say as Ultra 4. The Ultra 4 stock classes do everything that the
35s.
that the
Johnson
unlimited
Valley.
cars
Yeah.
do on 43s,
with
42s,
triple shocks and
and
$1 million.
1,000 horsepower. Yeah. So I mean,
And there's an
but
X-ray
then
doing
I
it
think a
on
lot of
35s.
the experience plays a part in
Yeah,
it.
just-
Like,
it's dri-
me personally, I'm not going to know
yeah, it's driver
what
mod.
the best line is going to take, you know,
but
but guidance
with-
and
yeah, with
it'll be
good
fun.
guys and-
sure,
yeah.
sure.
And that's like Dirt Every Day is another.
Oh, I love
TV
that show.
Like those two. I mean, granted, they're both very experienced off-roaders, good drivers. They did an entire episode where they take a stock long bed C10 essentially or K10,
Yeah.
and a stock
Was that the
CJ5.
Alabama
Yeah, see
Army
how
crawler?
far they could get.
No, him and Dave buys a long bed,
they did the same thing with the Alabama Army truck.
but it wasn't on the Rubicon.
Oh, I didn't
and
see
Fred
that one.
drives the
I must have seen
stock
that one.
CJ5, bone stock CJ5, and it takes them 4 days.
Yeah,
and
it
they
is.
break down a whole bunch.
Yeah, see how far they could get up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like, the gnarly trails are tough to determine what's gnarly.
Beer? No, this is a full one.
So have you done Potts Mountain?
No,
Yeah,
I have
not.
I actually did that in my Escalade.
Would you
Oh,
consider
nice.
Potts Mountain to be gnarly?
No.
Did you do the hard part of Potts Mountain in Escalade?
Obviously, I didn't because it's only on 33s, Brandon. But
All right, so that answers
See,
my
that's what
question,
I
is
think about Potts
bypasses.
Mountain.
yeah.
Zach has done it.
Okay. But yeah, so
Yeah, and it really is how hard do you want to make it?
we
You
should
know, like on the
I feel like
majority,
most public trails are
the
like
majority
that,
of the
though. There's
trails,
ways
it's
around.
not like you only have this way to go.
Yeah.
There's always some kind of way to get around something.
yeah.
In Arkansas, we did experience a
God, you guys have
really
done such
gnarly
cool
washout that there was no way to get around it, and we had to go.
Yeah, you
and
just
it
make
was
it work.
It was hella flex. My shit was stuffed up in the wheel well,
Been
and
there.
I had to get winched up by my buddy Zach. It just won't happen.
Yeah, we all, except
Yeah.
Zach, we all got winched up, and it was.
Yeah, 8,600 pounds was stuffing the wheel real good.
When did you guys go to the Ozarks? that
High water
recently?
mark trail.
When was that?
In
May.
Oh shit! In
you
May.
did.
Okay.
The week before Memorial Day.
Oh, nice.
How many states have you guys done trips in then? What are you up to?
At least 7, I guess.
Okay.
Something like that.
So you got
Probably.
Virginia. We went to Kentucky, Tennessee,
Yeah.
Arkansas, and now traveling. Oh, we did because we went to Tennessee and did Nemo's Tunnel,
Yeah.
which can't do no more. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, through an old
Epic
train
campsite
tunnel.
over there, by the way.
Awesome.
Epic.
Yeah, I think part of our original plan. I know,
Ohio.
I don't know. I don't think the trail's anything special.
Ooh,
but
something is smelling good, boy. I'm getting
Yeah,
hungry
I'm
as
getting hungry.
hell.
We can wrap it up whenever you guys want to.
part of our
So we can wrap it up whenever you guys want to.
Oh, whatever. Just
No,
let me
sure.
know because I got a cool ender.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Part of our original idea was to do like Enchanted
In-
Creek
Enchanted
or whatever
Creek
it is. The tunnel
was
that's
tomorrow.
out this
Yeah,
way.
Enchanted Creek's fun. So what we do on New Year's, we try to make a really long trip where we stay off road for a long time and camp in a succession of nights, but we move along to a different campsite every time. And so we'll usually start at Enchanted Creek and end. I am having a brain fart.
The New Year's trips are fun.
So there's there's a big monster route that we like to take, and we only crossed over pavement in a matter of 3 or 4 days. We didn't ride down pavement.
Okay.
So, I mean, it was a long distance that we went, and we stayed off-road. It wasn't nothing technical or anything like that. It was just
So you don't need
Off-road driving.
yeah,
you know.
real long and
dirt
slow.
fire roads.
Yeah, and just beautiful stuff.
And I think we're going to try to make one route.
Yeah, there's a little secret spot that we were going to end at, but it just ended up being at, I'm sure y'all are familiar with the Piney River area.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so like we got a F-Bomb home place there just because it's like one of our favorite places to go to. And usually when we're camping there, nobody's there because it's in a cold season. But we have some stuff now where it's a really long ride on a lot of off-road stuff, and we really don't have to get on the pavement.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah, it really is. And that's hard on the East Coast because there's so much pavement.
Yeah. And that just goes to show you got to really look at the map, and you got to know which, like overlays help out. I like to keep my public land overlay on instead of private land, just because that green shows you where you can be.
Yeah.
And if there's water, if there's water inside that green, like I said before,
There's
going to be some campsites
That's
on
a
that
good
road.
bit of advice.
That's a really good bit of advice. Yeah.
And I spend probably at least 5 to 6 hours staring at a map a week.
Nice.
Every week.
I'm getting there.
I wish I had that much free time. For
I
a week.
was trying to plan our trip for tomorrow.
And you're your own boss.
Yeah.
I was trying to plan our trip for tomorrow for a while.
It's a newborn thing.
And I was just looking at a map. I'm like, how do I figure this out? Like, where are we going? How are we going?
Yeah.
I had 3 different routes planned, and
and I'm, if you're in F-Bomb and you want to hang out, I am more than willing to get behind the laptop and show you and just make you more aware of stuff to look at, because not only is that going to help you, but it's going to help all of us. Maybe your eyes just better at looking at something that I'm missing.
Yeah.
And really, I'm not taking the credit or nothing, but a lot of these guys rely on me to take them to a place that's badass, and I enjoy that. But it would really be rewarding to not have to do that all the time.
Yeah.
And
So with
I
that
feel
being
that.
said, and he does the recons, there's been separate recons where Zach and Brian, we found spots that were new to you and spots we haven't been to.
Yeah.
And it's fun, Not everyone can go out on any specific weekend because of obligations,
Yep.
But just to get out there and be with your friends, or you have no life, is that what you're saying, Zach? Yeah.
It's fair.
It's fair, yeah.
I have no life and I'm married.
That's all right.
oh, we got a good life. What are you talking about?
I've got too much of a life, and I'm married.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with the wife.
No, it has nothing to do. It's just where every other weekend we're doing something.
My wife is the least restrictive thing I've got in my
For real.
life.
But it's getting close to dinner time.
Yeah.
You got a good closer. It smells really
Yeah.
good.
All right.
Yeah.
So there are good ships, there are wood ships, and there are ships that sail to sea. But the best ships are friendships.
Hell yeah,
and
brother.
friends will forever be, right?
Hell yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Before we close out, cheers.
Thank you guys for sitting down.
Yeah, thank you.
Taking the time.
Where can people find you at?
F-Bomb Overlanders. I also have Hot Rod Research Facility on Facebook. And
Yeah, promote your shop. Tell anybody,
Hot Rod
any
Research
listeners.
Facility. I've been working on classic cars for a long time. I build custom cars and trucks. It's real exciting, and I'm a pretty easygoing dude, and I can make anything happen.
If you
it's
can't
pretty
tell.
fun.
My personal
You got anything you wanna
philosophy is
drop?
if you have enough time and money.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm just here
F-bomb.
for the good time. F-bomb. But on Facebook,
wait.
it's definitely F-bomb
oh,
Yeah.
Overlanders.
It is.
Check it out and
Yep.
look at the pictures. And if it's
Check
something
out-
you like, join.
Check out Chef Bomb on Instagram. He's always making the good meals out here in the wilderness.
You're Chef Bomb?
Yeah,
Okay.
part
I
time.
was going to say, you can't go overlanding without having a personal overland account.
Yeah.
Yeah, but basically we all have a setup where we're like we're all chefs. It's
Yeah, yeah.
retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't have
And-
the motivation to.
Oh no,
fancy
you got to
shit.
do some of our potlucks. It's
Oh, yeah.
it's
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
Well, we're gonna do the 4x
doing-
Foodies cook-off.
we're
we
doing
are.
4x
We got to
Foodies,
plan
yeah.
that. We got to.
It's gonna happen now. We've said it twice.
I think we
It's
have
been
a
a year
decent-
since we mentioned it last time.
Yeah, we have
Well,
a decent.
We
have a
could do
decent
your
format
crew
now.
versus our crew, or we
we'll
could
we'll get everybody out
random
into the
judges
wilderness
that have,
where
you
they're
know-
most uncomfortable.
I think we have to do like a tiered system. So you start with like 4 groups of 4, find the best chef from
do
each
a
4
bracket
groups.
action.
Yeah, bracket.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, that would be
We
good.
can plan it out. I mean, there could be so many variations. You know, it's
Yeah, because it is fun to make it longer.
Yeah.
Instead of be like, okay, ready, cook, go.
But then you could
And
do
then
it where
it's
it's
over.
like a 3-course meal.
Yeah.
Someone's got to do apps. If you like it, you
or-
make it to the next round.
Yeah.
If you win,
Right.
And then you
so
got
now it's chopped.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
chopped. We're
In the
literally
woods.
doing
Yeah, at the
chopped
end.
in the woods.
Yeah, at the
Get out of
end, you
hand.
got to make
And
the
we get to
finisher.
judge
You got to make the
so
finisher,
fat.
though. Dessert.
dessert in the
Yes.
woods
Yes. The
with
finisher.
jalapenos and
we've
goat
got
cheese.
that down packed.
Ooh.
Well, we've got
Now
some
I'm
good
hungry.
stuff.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, when F-Bomb was created, this dude was making peach cobbler on the fire. And I
Sign
was
me
like,
up.
you're definitely part of it. And
Hell yeah.
that was the only time I ever seen
Damn.
him.
Whatever they're cooking
Damn.
over at this white tundra
Smells
is
good.
Yeah,
Smells
we're gonna
so
go eat.
good. Yeah.
I'm gonna be kind of disappointed.
We're gonna have
with
to
our
just go
burgers.
over there and stand there and be like, yeah, like
Listen, for
Let's all
safety-
just
for
stand.
safety purposes,
Let's
we
all
have to
just
taste
stand
it.
up and look at her cooking on the
Be like,
flat top.
can't you see our ribs?
Yeah.
We're hungry.
For real. All right, guys. Well,
Yeah, you guys are honorary members
Yeah.
of
Like-
Thick Boys Off Road. Which
Like
is
it might
our
not look like an individual rib.
Can I
It's
get a
one
sticker?
rib?
spin-off. We're
I
gonna
forgot
make
all
them.
my goddamn stickers at home.
No, our Thick Boys Off Road.
Oh, yeah, we gotta
You
make
guys
those
are definitely
too.
in Thick Boys Off Road. That's
Hell
our
yeah.
that's our bit.
Word.
But yeah, thanks for being on.
Yeah, we like
Appreciate it, man.
we like supporting everybody.
Yeah, it's been-
We got
it's
some
been a
really good
blast.
friends. Battle Horse Knives, and
Yeah.
like I said, she comes all the way from Ohio to
I gotta
hang
show
out
you
with
my
us.
knife.
Cambridge, Cambridge, Ohio, and they make some really awesome knives. If you're into starting your own fire, it's a knife that's going to hold up if you beat the hell out of
We
it.
were giving the Toyota guys
Apparently
shit,
Toyota can teach you how to do it with a Swiss Army knife. So
and we're like, I got a big lighter. I don't know.
Thanks, bro.
Because the Swiss Army knife has a lighter on it.
That was his joke. He's like, well, what are you going to do if you don't have a lighter? And we go home.
Yeah.
I'm going to
real.
start walking.
Yeah. Like, I got a diesel. I'll just open the hood and
Right.
rub my hands over the engine.
Cool, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys being on. To all of our listeners, go follow F-Bomb.
Appreciate it.
They're
Appreciate
awesome.
it.
If you wanna get in the woods,
come
they're-
out to an event. Yeah, they're awesome. You know where to find us at the Dirt Drive, DirtNerds Off Road, DirtNerds Motors. Check out DirtNerdsOffroad.com. We got new merch. We got cool merch. It helps us get out to an event like these and meet cool people and bring them to you.
Or what? We got like
Sticker
We got
packs.
a handful of sticker packs.
Yeah, we got a
left.
handful of sticker packs left. Yeah, they're going quick. We're gonna try and I haven't done anything yet. We've been here second day. We're gonna try and do at least one YouTube video.
Oh.
One more. Oh, we got a
missed like
bunch.
5 opportunities for YouTube videos.
Yeah, we
the
got
last
a bunch more
48 hours.
podcasts that we're gonna do, and we're gonna try and get at least one YouTube video. So check it out. Like, follow, subscribe, comment, share with your friends.
Likewise.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. We will see you guys next week, and thank you guys. Let's
Take
cheers
care.
again to ships, to friendships, to whatever the fuck I don't know.
Yeah, all that.
Shailing
That's a good one.
seas. That's all I remember.
Yeah, fuck it.
Down the sheet.
Good ships, bad ships, wood ships,
Yeah.
hard ships.
I'll teach y'all that one when you grow up.
Are you enjoying this podcast? Do you want more ridiculousness from the Dirt Nerds? Check out DirtNerdsOffroad.com. It'll link to all of our social media as well as our YouTube page, and you can pick up some sweet merch to help support the podcast and other adventures.